Okay, so this chapter we're moving into graphs of equations. So remember, a graph of an equation consists of points on a plane, and then the solution to an equation of a graph is a point on it. So number 1 gives me an equation of a line, and it wants me to determine if the points lie on the graph. Remember, coordinate pairs are always alphabetical. So this is x, y. So what I want to do is I want to plug in these numbers for x and y. So I'm going to have 13 equals 10 times 2, and see if that 10 times 2 minus 7, if those two equal. Okay. So what is 10 times 2? 20. And when I'm doing this, I'm only changing things on one side of the equation. Okay. Then what is 20 minus 7? So, does 13 equal 13? Yes. So this is yes for my answer. Okay, so same thing on B. The negative 1 is my x, the negative 3 is my y. So I'm going to plug those in. I have negative 3 equals 10 times negative 1 minus 7. So what is 10 times negative 1? And negative 10 minus 7? Does negative 3 equal negative 17? Nope. So this one is no. Okay. So on number 3, it wants us to use point plotting to sketch this graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a table of values. And I usually like doing 2 on the left, 1 on 0, and then 2 on the right. So what I'm going to do over in this area is I'm going to do my scratch work. So I'm going to plug in negative 2 for x. I'm going to have 3 times negative 2 plus y equals 6. And then 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Then I want to add 6 to both sides. So for this first one, y is 12. Okay. Then I want to do the same thing for negative 1. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Then I want to add 3 to both sides. Y equals 9. Okay. So I'm going to plug in 0. I have 3 times 0 plus y equals 6. So 3 times 0 is 0. And then 0 plus y is just the same thing as y. So this one is 6. Because I am working with a line, what is my pattern for my y value, my changes in y? -3. So if I kept going along this pattern, what would my next number be? 3, and then 0. Okay, so then I want to go ahead and plot my points. So I have negative, that's off my scale. I'm going to change my scale. So instead of counting by 1s, I'm going to count by 2s. Okay, then I want to plot my points. So I have -2, positive 12. Then I have -1, positive 9. Zero, 6, 1, 3, 2, 0. Okay. And then I want to connect my points. So for the last one, in order to plot the points on this graph, what I'm going to do is I am going to use the calculator to do it. So what I want to do is I want to go to y equals, and then I'm going to type in my equation. So I'm going to have To get the x, it's next to the green alpha button. The squared button is diagonal from the 7. And then I want to do -2. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go second, and then above the graph button it says the word table, and it gives me all of the table of values. I am just going to do the same values I've been doing. So I'm going to pick the -2, the -1, the 0, 1, and 2. And then I'm going to write down the matching y values for those. So my -2 goes to 2. My -1 goes to -1. My 0 goes to -2. My 1 goes to -1. And my 2 goes to 2. Yeah. So to type in the equation, you want to press the y equals button. To get the letter x, it is the button next to your alpha button, which I think is also green on the calculators you have. To get the exponent of 2, it's diagonal from the 7. And then you type in the rest of the equation like normal. Then to get to the table of values, you press second. And then above the graph button, it says the word table. And it takes you to the table. Okay. Okay. So then I want to go ahead and plot these points. So I have -2, 2. -1, -1, 0, -2, 1, -1, and 2, +2. So because this is an exponent of 2, remember it's supposed to be U-shaped. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my points in a U shape.